Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, Comic Frontline, and today I'm doing a topic video on worst story arc in recent years. This is a topic I came up with, honestly, probably a year or two ago, and it's just been on the list. I'm like, maybe I should get this done. So I didn't have any recommendations, so I just decided to do this one. I do have one recommendation coming, but it's a little bit... I got it today, so I was like, let me just do that for next week. So that'll be probably on Comic Frontline, depending on if you guys recommend some topic videos. So before I start talking about this video, if you guys have any recommendations for topic videos, please tell me in the comments below. And in a couple of weeks, it'll either be on Comic Frontline or Comic Uno. If I answer them, yes, because I double dose my topic videos. For Comic Frontline, I have them every Sunday, and for Comic Uno, I have them every Thursday with my comic book reviews. But let's talk about this topic. Worst story arc in recent years. When I say recent years, probably last 5 years. I don't want to say 10 because I feel like that's not recent anymore. That was like 2004. You know, that was a pretty long time ago. So I want to say 5 years. That's a pretty recent time. So worst story arc. I feel like DC has actually have some pretty good story arcs. I can't say there's been any worse story arcs there, especially since Flashpoint. They haven't had many story arcs. They had Forever Evil, Trinity War, Flashpoint, Brightest Day, Blackest Night. Those are pretty much the recent ones. They all are pretty good. Now Marvel is a different story. You know, I actually do like a lot of Marvel events. I'm a big fan of Civil War, and I think they have some really cool events that actually impact the universe. Ultimate Universe actually has really cool events. Recently, Cataclysm, Spider-Man, which was a miniseries. I think the miniseries events do a little bit better. The contained story arcs do better with Marvel, but the big events are lacking in recent years. So some examples of that would be Battle of the Atom was okay, but I didn't really like the ending for it. Infinity I couldn't even read. I couldn't read the whole thing, so I can't even say if it's a worst story arc because I didn't read it all. But I didn't like it. And then my worst story arc, I would say, is Fear itself. I remember reading it, and it was starting to get more into comics. That was actually when I started really reviewing comics, or I was in the reviewing, no, I was Comic Uno at that time, so I was starting, you know, my Comic Uno videos at that time. So I was reviewing comics for a while, but that was like a really big event I wanted to cover, and I read a lot of it. I read the tie-ins, I read the whole thing. And I remember after I read it, I'm like, what was the point of this? And I remember Thor died, came back, and like, maybe 2 months later. I don't even know if he officially died. So that was the whole thing. There was hammers falling out of the sky, but nothing really got accomplished. And I thought Fear itself could have been a really cool character moment type story arc where, yeah, heroes can feel fear. And they didn't really touch upon that throughout the story arc or the event. There's some tie-ins, like Invincible Iron Man, they did it okay. You know, that's one story I remember. I remember people are turning into stone, and Tony felt bad about it, and he was like, where's Pepper? I remember that with the tie-ins. So there's maybe 1 or 2 tie-ins that are okay. And then the rest was just like, what's the point of this arc? So in recent memory, Fear itself was my least favorite, even though I feel like Marvel has had a lot of weak main events in the past couple of years, but, you know, had some really strong events also a little bit before that, like Civil War. So, yeah, those are my comments on this. Please tell me in the comments below what your least favorite story arc were in recent years. It could be maybe indie company, which they don't do as many events as Marvel or DC. It could be a DC event, and again, I would say 5 years, past 5 years. So please tell me in the comments below. This is Comic Uno, and guys, and also Comic Frontline. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, just follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rad Situations. And don't forget to like my Facebook page, and I'll see you guys later.